And if anybody asks you, what you doing up over here, around here, down here, just let them know that tonight, especially tonight, everything's allegedly. Even my name's allegedly. And y'all better be in the motherfucking wine glass. Baby, what's going on? How y'all doing? Y'all need a wine glass. So this is the wine glass that I do this. You know, to hit the wine, it sound nice. But bring me the plastic IKEA glasses for this wine here. Yes, we had a lot of wine we're spilling tonight, and I'm sipping with the winos tonight, and I'm gonna sip tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TashaKLive.com when we unveil this Katt Williams' brother interview in real time, okay? So you guys better get your wine to it. Don't get too messed up, because you know he talk like his brother. They talking riddles and stuff, and so you got to figure some stuff out. You know they all highly intelligent in that family, or maybe you didn't know. I don't know, but we'll figure it out tonight, okay? What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Listen, before we get started, I got to ask a question. I have to ask a serious question. Are they in the chat? They hitting the like button and everything? Okay, make sure y'all hitting that like button. I'm tired of ending this live with like 6,000 people on here and only 1,000 likes. Y'all know y'all wrong for doing that. That's why I got TashaKLive.com, because they really be liking videos up over there. Anyway, my daughter did my makeup, y'all. And I feel like she was trying to line me up. But how'd she do? Please tell me how she did. Let me know in the comments. Let her know if this is something she should take serious. Let her know if she made her mama look younger. My face feel a little tight. It's a lot of makeup, but you know, everybody got to start somewhere. And I said yes. She asked if she could do my makeup tonight for the show, and I told her I would definitely be telling y'all about it. And she was like, "Please don't. I don't want to be critiqued." I'm like, "No. In order to get better, you got to be critiqued, okay? So let me know how Tatu did, okay, on the girl, all right? If I don't look like myself, it's because it's more makeup than I normally wear, but she's my daughter, okay? So." All right, listen, full show for y'all. Oh, I forgot, I got full show. Oh yeah, full show, thank you. We had some issues going on behind the scenes. I was just yelling before the set. I was pulling an Ellen on everybody. I don't care if y'all come out later and do interviews. Tasha was mean, she was a bitch. We made a lot of money, didn't we? You got a job, don't you? I bet you all them people that dragged Ellen are mad because they ain't got no job right now. This is very true. Look at them, don't call me abusive and everything. It ain't even like that, man. You don't even know. They be cussing me out, too. All right, listen, full show for y'all today. Definitely going to be talking about Letitia James, okay, Attorney General of New York, all right? Also going to be discussing, it's a lot of fraud going on here, and especially in the real estate market, okay? We got Trump. We got Letitia James. Could you let them know that I'm live down here, please? Thank you. We also got Wendy, Osefo, and her husband, Eddie. Married man named Eddie, you know. Some shit ain't adding up, okay, at the end of the day, okay? Also gonna be discussing, who else we got? Oh, man, we got Stefan and Offset. Y'all, when I tell you this story so messy, I'm the only one that could correctly put this story out. I saw a few other blogs trying to do it. I said, no, this is my wine that I broke 2 years, was it 2 or 3 years ago? It was like 3 years ago. Because it's 2025, so it was 2022 when I broke this wine on Offset and my cousin's baby mama.
It was 24 or 23.
You sure it was 23?
When I looked up my overseas, it said 23.
That was when we had to talk about it again because it kept being added on. But like, I'm going to let you guys know where it started, okay? And I don't understand why these people be messing with my family, all right? So just stay tuned for that wine tonight. Also going to be discussing, hold on, let me make sure I get the list. Desiree Perez and Demori Perez, okay? Mom versus daughter, all right? Demery caught a big win. Also going to be discussing, of course, Katt Williams versus his brother. Family. Nobody wins when the family feuds, okay? Let's just put that out there. Nobody wins when the family feud. Like I said, I know a lot of y'all mad. Why would you be this messy? Why would you entertain his lying ass brother? Same reason Oprah did it to Monique. Out of here. Get off my top. We have stories to tell and a platform to give the people who have been silenced in their opinion. Okay? So Hollywood don't like me. Who else we got, Jasmine? Tonight. Porsha. Porsha, you are on my mind. Oh, did y'all see Kelly Price come through and surprise the winos last night on Shoot Your Shot? If you miss Shoot Your Shot, you're lame. Okay? Boring. I know y'all trying to boycott that show, but when I tell you every time we get new, I like it because it's like it shows a different side of what we do, and we're getting, you know, people that enjoy music, that enjoy talent and stuff, and so we're building a different audience, okay, outside of gossip, but we always gonna be gossip, okay, and much, much more, okay, and so listen, we gotta get that Darius McCrary story on deck. Apparently he got picked up at the Mexico-USA border. I got to call Darius and ask him what was he doing down there with the cartel? What was he bringing back for the cartel? Was he going to see trans women? He was probably going to see Transparent, okay? We're getting messy already, guys. It's Free Friday. Don't forget our Katt Williams brother interview premieres tonight on 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TashaKLive.com. But before we get into this wine here tonight on YouTube, everything's allegedly, even my name's allegedly, okay? We're going to just gently shout out our sponsors, which means boldly raise a glass to. We'll be right back after the break. Y'all better like this video. I'm going to run these ads 4-5 times. Let's go. Don't play with me.
When we're stressed out about anything, including debt, there's so many other detriments to our lives, our health, our family, our friends, all can see it on us. And then when you become debt free, you can start focusing on things that truly make you happy. It really is true happiness. I've had many individuals make up with family members after going through bankruptcy because they don't have the stress. It really changes your mindset and it allows you to have the freedom, the mental freedom to take care of what's really important. And I certainly recommend it for everybody because, as we all know, life is too short.
Remember I was telling y'all about the lubricant? Y'all hear in all my videos, the lube that I always use. This is it right here. It's Wet Kitty. This is what it look like. Wet Kitty, Wet Kitty, Wet Kitty. If you're having vaginal dryness, she got you. Wet Kitty is that girl. It mimics the vaginal fluids. It is odorless, colorless, tasteless. It does not cause vaginitis. It does not dry up and get sticky. Again, it's that girl. Officiallypleasure.com. And yes, I recommend this to my patients. I recommend this to all the girls.
Farm to School Conference located in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It starts December 1st through 4th, and it's going to have over 1,500 educators, parents, chefs, and things like that that are implementing changes right now in our children's nutrition at the schools, meaning healthier school lunches. I'm excited to meet Ron Finley, the gangster gardener. I've been following him for years. He's going to be this year's keynote speaker, and I want to let you know that tickets are on sale and they're going fast. And so listen, if you care like I care and you are tired of having to pack lunches every day, especially if we're tax-paying citizens, then put your money where your mouth is and be in Albuquerque, New Mexico, December 1st through December 4th. Get your tickets now before they're sold out, okay? Decision makers are going to be at this conference implementing changes in schools across America. So don't wait. Grab your ticket right now at farmtoschool.org/conference. Use my coupon code TashaK25 to get 25% off your ticket. Winos, I'm going to see you in Albuquerque if you can. All right, and we're back. And my child, Tatu, who's 18, who did her mommy's makeup tonight, is ecstatic. She says, thank you, guys. She was really nervous to allow me to say that she did it. I said, don't be trying to line me up out here. Don't be trying to, because she be trying to get me back for some shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't trust these kids these days. Anyway, but thank you so much for her support and supporting her, okay? Real quick, before we get into some things, I thought I had a motivational quote tonight, but I don't. All I got to tell you is just, guys, please stay healthy during this season, okay? It is fall going into winter. You know, we eat more. We don't get outside more. Vitamin D levels are low and things like that. And so keep you some oil of oregano, okay? All right, wild, organic. We have it on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10. All you need is 2 drops in your water. It is antiviral, anti-cancer, antibacterial. It actually kills parasites on site, okay? And if you're an on-site, 10 toes down type person, that's what all of oregano is, organic, okay? Shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10, okay? And I put it in my water and I drink it in front of y'all, so y'all thinking that I ain't selling y'all stuff that I don't use personally, okay? So here's the thing, y'all. A lot of y'all said when I interviewed, is it Demory or Demery? You know I be messing up people's names. Demery, you sure it's not Demory? Okay. Desiree Perez's daughter. Okay, so Desiree, she looked like she part of the Addams family down there. Desiree, Rock Nation. Shout out to Jay-Z's. This the real bunny right here. Beyonce's not the bunny. This is the bunny. This is Desiree Perez. So this is the one that did Fed time, snitched on a cartel that she used to work for and everything, and ended up getting pardoned by Trump, and now she works for Jay-Z. She's been his business partner for years. In case you don't know, now you know. So he got an ex-federal agent, ex-cartel member, okay, that's really about that life, and I heard that he wasn't, because some people from his team that he used to run with back in the day that actually sold dope said that Jay-Z was around writing raps about it. He never sold nothing. They used to give him a bag, and he would give the bag to somebody else, but he never actually sold dope. That's according to them. But this one here has more balls and more than Jay-Z ever had. That's what they say, and that's why he keep her around. And this is why they declined his casino. You cannot give a casino to somebody with a background like that. If I was an upstanding taxpayer citizen, I would not give it to her. Cartel? Ex-cartel? Now turned federal informant? Girl, bye. Anyway, we're going to give it to an upstanding Indian. Or Nas. That's the real billionaire right there. But anyway, a lot of y'all tried to come for Damori, right? And try to say she was lying, and what type of daughter will go against her mother, right? And she was making up all of this. Now, I did a very fair interview because the interview that I did was based off of your thoughts and opinions, right? Because I'm looking at the comments, and a lot of people, just because they don't like Jay-Z or like Rock Nation or like her mammy, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are just automatically biased, but I really challenge Damori in her interview, because she's named after her mother. She looks like her mother. She used to work for her mother, and now apparently her and her mother's relationship has dissolved based on her preferences in men, meaning Desiree don't like broke black men according to her daughter. She only likes rich, ugly, camel-looking black men. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. So she filed an actual civil suit against her mother. Her mother has also attempted to get the interview that I did with her daughter taken down here on YouTube. She sent a very big and powerful law firm after us, and the interview is still up. Thank you, YouTube, for protecting your creators. I want to say thank you, YouTube, for protecting your creators. And I want to say that in the words of Dr. Umar Johnson, thank you, YouTube, for protecting your creators, because YouTube did tell them in the email to get the fuck on. They said, that's not, in the words of Lamine, mommy, that's not. I said, that's not it. No, mommy, that's not. That's not what? That's not. That's exactly what YouTube said. Desiree, that's not. That's not. Okay? She was alleging copyright infringement and all of that, and we had got it from her daughter. Everything that we put in the interview, we had got it from her. So you got to catch up on that interview if you haven't seen it. And so a lot of platforms went and platformed Damori because of who her mother is. Her mother is extremely powerful, okay? And so she decided, I don't give a damn how powerful my mother is. You are not going to infringe on my life. You are not going to allegedly record me. You are not going to allegedly have me hospitalized, 5150, trying to get these doctors to, what do you call that, that law that they use to get Demery locked up and evaluated, saying that she was suicidal and the man was beating her, saying that her own husband was beating her and everything. And she said she tried to work everything out with her mama. And I really didn't think, based on the type of lawyers that Desiree has at Rock Nation, that she was going to be able to get this through. But apparently, Damori has scored a huge legal win. It's very huge, okay? Now, although a few technical counts like RICO, the RICO charges and things that she was alleging was kicked out, but what went forward, and a federal judge is allowing it to go through, even though Desiree used a very powerful and expensive law firm, okay, to try to get her daughter's case knocked out. The judge said, not today. So apparently, serious allegations, including civil conspiracy, all right, false imprisonment. That's pretty dangerous, okay? Civil rights violations, which accuse Perez of teaming up with psychiatrists, investigators, and law enforcement to have Damori wrongfully committed and discredited, okay? All in an attempt, according to Maury, to have her divorced from her husband and have control over her, okay? And apparently Roc Nation's been doing this to a lot of people, okay? But her daughter said not today. And it's always usually a family member that gets things going, just like how Katt Williams' brother is letting it all out of the bag. All I gotta say to Katt Williams is I'm gonna say this, okay? I done had so many bloggers call me. I done had so many family members call me. People that are next to him call me. They tired up over there. They said they said they're not paid enough for this Katt. And apparently at Roc Nation, they can't pay people because she's having to go get PPP loans to cover things, and they're having to borrow against houses to get casinos that they were rejected for based on her cartel network. So here's the thing. And you know the cartel ain't protecting her because she told on them. I'm scared of her. Anyway, okay, shout out to Demory or Demery. I don't know how to say your name. D. Perez, all right? So she's the good, you know how you have a good angel and a bad angel on your shoulder? She's her mama's good angel because apparently this one has over everybody in the industry according to them, okay? And so we will be watching and reporting in real time on this case to make sure that you get a fair amount of press based off of, you know, what's being alleged and handled in court. So good luck to you, okay? And she's in a Florida court, all right? A Florida court. Well, apparently her mama got judges and everybody on the payroll. I don't know. Guess she ain't drink enough pig's blood this year. Sacrifice enough kids this year, you know? I don't know. Everything's alleged, even my name's alleged. I ain't got time to be playing with these people, okay? Anyway, moving on. So, I told y'all, if y'all, especially as black women, I got to talk to you black women, okay? Because I know Dr. Heavenly is getting into politics. There's a few people that's getting into politics. Matter of fact, we're going to be talking about one that happens to be a political commentator. She has a PhD, and also she's a Democrat, and she's called out Trump on several programs, okay? Because she works for Fox. We're talking about Wendy Osefo, right? We're going to be talking about her in just a second, but right now we're going to talk about Letitia James, okay? Because here's the thing, Letitia as Attorney General, as a black woman, that is a very high accomplishment, especially in the state of New York. All right, you got to put some respect on this sister's name. You really do. I just want to hold that for a second. I don't think y'all understand how important that is, how real that is, okay? That ain't dirty foot behavior. And I see a lot of people out here trying to use the word dirty foot that's from New York and stuff. You know, no, that's a Florida thing. Stop the cap. But anyway, this is an over-accomplished black woman, okay? For her to be elected as Attorney General, as a trusted lawyer of the state to protect the citizens, all right? And so when she decided to go after Trump, I knew it was going to be a problem, only because whenever a black woman is facing a challenge, rarely in these situations do they have sufficient backup. Which means if shit goes to ham, like, who's going to come save her? Can they hear me? Is this mic on? Who's going to come save the black woman when she down? Even though she is saving the citizens of New York, I ain't seen not one person step up for her. And that's the whole reason why I'm making this interview is because I tell you all the time, politics is not where I play because they don't play fair. And I like an even playing field. I really do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to keep it light. I like to keep it above ground, not too deep. And if we do that, we do our docuseries on that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Which we got one coming up here soon that is going to blow y'all minds away, right? But when it comes to, look, Jasmine tomorrow, boom. I'm telling you, I got to go get cleansed for this one, okay? A PPP series is coming up. The catfish series. But anyway, I just feel bad when things like this happen and there's no one standing up for her, but for her to be able to bring a successful verdict against Trump, okay? And he was ordered, even though she was only going after $250 million or something like that he had supposedly like overvalued and overestimated and lied on loan docs and stuff like that. For her to bring that type of case against Trump, and it was seen all the way through to the point where he had to forfeit over $450 million worth of assets and couldn't buy real estate or do business in the state of New York for up to a year. I mean, that was a huge accomplishment, right? I mean, that is unheard of. But then when you're a black woman, and you know that as black people, we've had to do a few things in our days to get ahead. But you know how these crackers get petty. You know how they get petty. And for them to have to unveil an indictment on mortgage fraud concerning her. Now, yesterday, who did we talk about on Wednesday that had the mortgage fraud? What black woman? That was the NASA scientists and stuff, and her husband. But the way she did that, I mean, trying to bankrupt the mortgage and borrow against them, it was just so much, telling them it was fraud, it wasn't her. But this one here, now I haven't seen the details of the DOJ's indictment against Letitia James, but apparently they got her, and they got her for allegedly, and I want to say allegedly, and I'm saying that with everything in me, doing the same shit Trump did, but just under $1 million, okay? Now, Trump allegedly did it, okay, according to what she was able to bring and prove with all of his assets, okay? And so apparently they had proved that Trump was lying on applications and stuff, and apparently she was too. And so you know they're going to go digging. Trump is going after everybody that came for everything that he had. And no one is here to save her. Not even me, because I don't mess with the crackers like that, okay? I do entertainment news. I got 2 kids that I have to provide for and be here for, and I'm not playing no games. And when you want to get ambitious, and I'm sure she didn't act alone, and I'm sure there was a lot of people that used her as the pawn in order to bring an indictment like this to keep him from being able to become president. But you have to understand, he is petty, and he gonna spin the block, even from the grave. Now she can't even ask him for a pardon. He got a black woman giving black people pardons, and she can't even call down there and ask for a pardon until the next president come in. But apparently, according to conspiracy theories, they just off the next president, so I don't know who's gonna be next. I don't know. I'm keeping that to myself, but I'm just saying, y'all pray for her, okay? They're being petty. They haven't unsealed the indictment yet. They're just basically using press to get it out that your Attorney General, Letitia James, has falsified applications to obtain mortgages. I don't know. This is just what's being printed now, and they're just getting started. Gots to have a backup plan. Dr. Heavenly better be careful, for they lock her and her voice up forever, and I'll be glad about the voice, but not her. That's my sister. Moving on. Speaking of fraud, there's a lot of fraud going on around here. Hell, when the United States built on fraud? Are they enjoying the show so far? We ain't even got into it. How y'all doing for Fuckery Friday? I don't hear y'all. Y'all need to be making some noise in the chat. Let's go. Wine glasses, whatever. And Nigerian scammer news. Oh, wait a minute. Where was we at? With that later. In Nigeria, we got to keep with the scam and the fraud, all that, Jasmine, okay? In Nigerian scammer news, Nigerians, where are you at, okay? First it was Hush Puppy. Now it's a PhD college professor and Democratic commentator on Fox, right? I thought Fox was Republican. What's she doing up over there? Them people don't even know how to fix her wig. What is she doing up over there? Because every time we turn around, I see where the glue start, because she dark skinned and the glue she be using is white. I thought they had a glue that maybe they ain't got that far yet, because it did take them a long time to get shades, our color. I used to go on to Target all the time and be like, why are y'all stopping at beige? What are we doing here? But Real Housewives of Atlanta, Potomac fans, Real Housewife fans, this is a sad day. This is a sad day, and I read this indictment too, okay? Hold on for a second. Let me pull up, turn to your Bibles real quick. Pull up your Bibles. They ain't got their Bibles today. I'm the only one got the Bible, so I got to get a... You got a little bit, Jasmine? What you got? Go ahead. Turn to your Bible. Let's go. Oh, thank you, Jasmine. Thank you so much. Okay, so here we go. It's just 4 pages, but we're going to only read like 2 to 3, all right? And so apparently, when you're on TV and you don't like Trump, and you're black, and you're Nigerian, I hope they got I hope they were born here is all I'm gonna say. I hope Eddie and Wendy Osefo were born here, because when you commit crimes up under this new regime, that's exactly what it is. It's a regime. You're going back to Nigeria, which may not be a bad thing. I hope they set up assets over there, because you know they're gonna forfeit. Now comes the state of Maryland. Shout out to the DMV by through and through. It's attorney Melissa O. Hockensmith. You know she white. The deputy state's attorney for Carroll County and states the following: on Thursday, October 9th, 2025, the defendant was indicted by the grand jury of Carroll County on 7 counts of insurance fraud, okay? Now, hold on for a second. 8 counts of conspiracy to commit insurance fraud and 1 count of false statement to a police officer. I need my damn glasses. I'm starting to go like this. It's the age. I'm turning 44. I'm turning 44. I got to get the glasses that sit around my neck, okay? Now, an arrest warrant was issued and bail was set at $50,000. I'm sure they don't have it, because if they're allegedly filing false insurance claims, then money was tight. They needed the money, okay? Right after they came from Jamaica. That's time. I guess maybe they spent too much in Jamaica. I don't know. Now, the allegations in this case that are on that, hold on further. The allegations in this case are that on April 7, 2024, Carroll County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to Finksburg in Carroll County, okay, Maryland, for a call of reported burglary. All right, now a deputy was made by the homeowners Edward and Wendy Osefo, who reported to him that they had left to go on a trip to Jamaica on April 2nd, 2024. And when they returned on April 7, 2024 at approximately 10 p.m., they found their bedroom and both closets to be ransacked, and several designer bags and jewelry have been stolen, okay? Now, the state's evidence would show that the purported point of entry into the home to be the owner's bathroom window on the 2nd floor. How did they get there on the 2nd floor? They live in a community where people can just go put a ladder and climb up to the 2nd floor and get in your house. God, dog. Okay, now the window looks onto a small roof that was about 9 feet above the deck. There were no ladders, and the deck furniture was undistributed and no indication anyone had been on the dock. Now, the Osefo stated, okay, they did not touch anything prior to the police arrival. There was a screen with damage laying on the roof, and the window was not locked. To go in and out of that window, one has to step on the toilet. The toilet lid was down, and there were no debris on it, so which means there were no footprints, no dents. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got them little plastic lids now. They don't make them porcelain like they used to do back in the day. Okay, now you got to have some money to get a porcelain. Otherwise, you're getting a plastic one. As soon as you sit on there to talk to somebody, it's already off track. Okay, you done slid it off track to the side. Now, I did that in my house the other day, talking to Shaq sitting on the toilet. We got to glue it back. Okay, now, to go in and out of that window, one has to step on the toilet. The toilet lid was down and no debris on it. When the sheriff's office personnel stepped onto the roof and back into the home, they tracked roof grit back inside. The Osefos had an ADT system and Ring cameras. The Osefos activated the ADT alarm system upon leaving for vacation. During the time they were away, there was no motion detected inside the residence. There was activity such as package deliveries on the Ring camera that was monitored remotely by the Osefos. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, if this was real, you would have footage, especially living in a high-end neighborhood, being two pretty much not wealthy, but rich people. You know what I'm saying? Now, the investigation determined on April 8th, 2024. Are they following me? The Osefos initiated 3 separate insurance claims for the burglary and thefts. Insurance claim. Now, you know you can't file but one. I tried that with my pregnancy with Lamine. I had Medicaid and Blue Cross Blue Shield. Boy, they tried to lock my ass up, okay? They said, you better drop one now. We called the police. I dropped the Medicaid. I did. So here's the thing. Now, the investigation determined that on April 8, 2024, the Osefos initiated 3 separate insurance claims for burglary and theft, traveler's insurance, jewelry's mutual insurance, and a home site insurance company for the alleged losses suffered while they were away. Now, Eddie Osefo gave recorded statements to 2 of the insurance companies regarding a list of items stolen, okay? He was asked whether any of the items on the list had been returned, okay? Which he denied. He was asked if he had other insurance but failed to disclose the home site and jewelers that he was also making a claim with traveler's insurance, okay? So this seems planned, intentional, like they needed this money, okay? Now for home site, both Edward and Wendy Osefo signed a sworn statement of loss, which was notarized, okay? The total amount of the loss claimed on the sworn statement of loss was $2,500 for the building and $450,000 estimated for contents, personal property, and things like that, okay? Now, he included an inventory of reported stolen items along with receipts for the purchase of most of the items on the inventory. The claim was denied due to undistributed and no indication anyone had been on the deck. So which means they sent an adjuster out there to look to prove that there was such a thing happening, okay? Now, the Osefo stated they did not touch anything prior to police arrival. There was a screen with damage laying on the roof and the window was not locked, okay? To go in and out of that window, oh, why is it repeating itself? Hold on for a second. I don't know why it was repeating itself, okay. Hold on. That claim was denied. Okay, hold on. Now, let me go back. So basically, he included the inventory. We're almost done. Reported stolen items along with the receipts for the purchase of the most items. Now, that claim was denied due to the deputies observed photos of Wendy prior to the burglary wearing a diamond anniversary band on her left finger, okay? Now, the ring was reported stolen in the burglary. Then, after the reported burglary on April 27, 2024, Wendy Osefo is wearing the same ring on her left finger. The ring features multiple rows of diamonds and has a V shape on the side that separates where the rows of diamonds begin. That ring had been photographed prior to the burglary for an appraisal and matches the photo of the ring on April 27, 2024. So this had to be planned. If they had it appraised and then they came back with an actual value, put it into the insurance claim and submitted it, but the insurance company denied the claim based off of, indiscrepancies and things like that, okay? Now, discrepancies, okay. Now, deputies obtained email records for the Osefos on April 12, 2024. Edward emailed the list of reportedly stolen items to Wendy. The email asked if there were additional high-value items that we can add to the inventory listing, Chanel shoes, etc. I'm trying to get the total to exceed $423,000, which is our policy maximum. They must have trying to collect the money so they could leave the states. Okay? Now, at the time of the arrest, a search and seizure warrant was executed for the Osefos' home, and deputies found at least 15 items that appeared to be the same ones claimed stolen during the alleged burglary, okay? Now, investigation revealed that Osefos had been burdened by substantial debt. Edward and Wendy conspired to make fraudulent statements and provided misleading information to support in making 3 insurance claims for financial gain. The state respectfully requests the bail to remain at $50,000. And so basically they didn't get the money or anything, still in debt. Now they're broke and recently fired because not only that, I don't know if they're fired from the Real Housewives of Potomac, okay? I think the Real Housewives is going to eat this up for y'all. They're going to follow them. They're going to pay them. They're going to get this messiness, okay? This is the storyline for the whole season, okay? Now, I don't really watch the show like that. I catch highlights. My team, they put me on to things, but apparently Wendy is quite flashy. She likes to brag different, I heard. Is that true? I don't know. You know how Nigerians is anyway. Nigeria, stand up for your people now. Don't be running. Don't be trying to, I don't know them. We don't do that. Listen, they happen to be scammers, allegedly, according to the indictment. They still have to have their day in court, and they're Nigerian. Very nice looking Nigerian couple. I gotta give it to them, you know what I'm saying? So I just wish she would get better wigs. I always see the white crust at the edge, I don't know why people just won't grow their hair sometimes. But anyway, but we have a few, videos on this to support it. Y'all go ahead and, pull up get your blunts ready. Let's go.
County Sheriff Jim DeWeese. Alongside of me is Carroll County State's Attorney Haven Shoemaker. And to his left is Mr. Alan Culver. He is special counsel to the Carroll County State's Attorney. We are here to announce the indictment and arrest of Wendy and Edward Osefo of the 1900 block of Turnberry Court in Finksburg, Maryland. Both Wendy and Edward are reality actors in the series The Real Housewives of Potomac, Maryland, which is filmed partially from their residence in Finksburg, Maryland, an hour away. On April 7, 2024, at approximately 10:13 p.m., deputies responded to a residence in the 1900 block of Turnberry Court in Finksburg for a reported burglary. Edward Osefo called 911 to report the burglary. Edward and Wendy Osefo, both from Finksburg, live at that address, and they have 3 school-aged children. They reported that their home had been burglarized sometime between April 2nd and April 7th.
Does she think this a game? Does Wendy think this is a game? They finna deport her. Them crackers don't play down there in that county. She's smiling and shit. Both of them smiling. They must have had some of their own weed. I heard they own a weed shop. Let's go. Keep it going. Just for
2024, while they were on vacation in Jamaica. The house would have been vacant at the time with no one's house sitting. No one had a key to the residence, according to the Osefos. The Osefos claimed that designer handbags and jewelry valued at more than $200,000 were missing from the primary residence bedroom upstairs. Responding patrol deputies handled the burglary according to policy and made contact with investigators with my major crimes unit to assist because of the dollar amount that was stolen. Crime scene investigators came to the scene the night.
All right, I already read all that. Okay, he don't need to be doing my job. The sheriff is stepping on my toes now. He don't need to be doing my job. I report the news. I report the gossip. But she knows she wrong for smiling. They're going to use this, too, when they take their ass to court. Seriously. But it's I don't know. And then I saw Candace doing an interview, and I guess Candace had spoke to Wendy, and Wendy was trying to say, according to what Candace said during an interview on, a small little local news channel, saying that Wendy, apparently everybody got it wrong. It's only $300 a fraud, and they're making a big deal out of this. No, baby, you got an indictment. They got emails, they got the claims, they got the items. You still got the items. I wonder if she's going to be able to keep her own shit. You can't pay late figures. They might as well just go on and just take a plea. If they in debt, how they going to afford lawyers? They may be able to negotiate it. The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Truly Original, may pay for it. Bravo may pay. They may kick that check for this storyline. We'll have to see. Any other receipts we got on this, Jasmine? Okay, but I did see that she was just pulled from a gig. Which gig was that, Jasmine? She was pulled from a gig. She had lost a gig. Give me a sec, because I know Tiffany had said something about it earlier. Hold on. Let me make sure I get y'all all the facts so far on this, and then we'll move on to our next story. Give me a second, because things are just happening in real time. And there's just so much coming out on this, okay? So let me see if our partners have it. Hold on for a second. No, I don't know. Okay, we'll come back later. All right, so listen. Y'all listen. This is serious. And I don't know why people love to go on TV knowing people gonna find shit on them. And I'm like, didn't they get the Real Housewives of Utah, Salt Lake City? They got them with the designer bags. They also got the Mob Wives lady, Teresa. How do you say her last name? She's a housewife. She looked like a mob wife. Teresa Guidance, is that her name? Judah, what? Judah Dice. See, I don't even follow this, okay? They done got her husband deported. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have to be careful out here. Like when I see Sierra and all them, getting online talking about, I just came back from vacation and I was robbed. And they make a whole post about it. It's because they don't overspend, they in debt. Then they trying to come back with the plan. So they kind of have to take a vacation in order to support the fraud. Now, I'm not saying Sierra created fraud, but I'm just telling you this is the easiest trick in the book. And if somebody go looking, they can really just look. Pray for them. They're going to need it. They're going to need it, okay? Because this is not funny at all, okay? All right, guys, after the break, okay, we got Offset versus Stephon Diggs, okay? Y'all know I'm the only one that can really give y'all this story the way it's supposed to be given. We're also going to be discussing, who else, Jasmine? Porsha Williams? Tyrese, okay, yeah, we're going to talk about the Tyrese case. And Katt Williams versus his brother, okay? All this and more coming up. After the break, we got some sponsors we need to brag about, which means boldly raise a glass to. We'll be right back. Let's go.
You and this child migrate from Cincinnati, Ohio to California. When I arrive to California and I come to my brother's home, I find my two abusers, my two childhood abusers, are playing house together. When I find out my brother and my cousin, two people who abused me as a child, are playing house together and got a pretend child, how long does it take that child to enter the world of mental turmoil when they get old enough to realize the person they thought was their daddy is technically their cousin?
When he say messing with you, what did he do?
I'm a grown man saying a man abused me.
Sexually?
How long can you hold on to it? Seeing the person that did it on fucking TV, in movies.
Medical debt is the #1 reason Americans file for bankruptcy, and soon they're going to be reporting on your credit. And usually the medical debt is not your fault. If medical bills are overwhelming you, bankruptcy can stop the collection calls and get rid of the medical debt and allow you to focus on healing instead of worrying about being sued over medical debt. I'm Chad Van Horn, and if you're buried in medical debt, give me a call today and let's find a way out.
Went down the wrong pipe. Did you play Officially Pleasured? At the beginning? Okay, I just want to make sure, okay? All right, so here's the thing. Let's get into it, because I know y'all waiting for this Katt Williams interview. We may, if we end it really early over here, we may end up releasing the interview a little earlier for y'all on TashaKLive.com. Katt Williams versus his brother, all right? Now, I'll tell you more about that when the show, when we get to that topic. Let's get right into it, okay? I hope y'all enjoying the show. I really do. Let's go. A lot of people laughing in mugshots and stuff and playing around when white folks come after them over fraud and killing dogs and stuff, you know? And the reason I didn't cover this story the other day is because my sister tragically lost her dog, but it had nothing to do with this. And I was just like, it's just a little too sensitive to be talking about dogs right now when we just had a death in our family, okay? So, you know, rest in peace to Oliver. My sister's dog was hit by a car. She saw it, and it was brutal, okay? But today she received his urn with his ashes, and she put food and water out for him. Shout out to all the dog moms out there. I have a soft spot for y'all, even though I didn't care for y'all at a while, because I was just like, that is so cruel to be having a dog on a leash. Dogs are supposed to be free. People with animals have control issues. They want to control people. Anyway, so apparently Tyrese is, I don't know what kind of dogs he had. Don't we have a news? Let me let these white folks tell you. Go ahead.
Investigators say his Cane Corso Mastiffs killed a neighbor's dog in Buckhead. Fox 5's Christopher King has spoken with that neighbor and joins us now live in Buckhead with more. Christopher?
Russ, Courtney, Tyrese Gibson finally turned himself in. His neighbor who lost his dog in that vicious attack is relieved.
I lost my best friend in the worst way.
The memory of seeing his dog Henry lying in a heap of mangled fur still haunts Harrison Parker.
It's going to take a long time to get used to that.
Investigators say on September 18th,
Tyrese gonna go to jail.
Corsos mauled and killed the King Charles Cavalier Spaniel right in the front yard of Parker's home in Buckhead.
I was a little lump of fur. He was just a little white fluff. I you know, in the dark,
Did they
I
eat
almost didn't believe it. It was horrible.
Police say the dogs belong to actor and singer Tyrese Gibson. He lives less than a mile away. Fulton County Police say the dogs have been roaming the neighborhood.
As soon as you start thinking about it, you just fall apart.
Police say they'd gotten numerous complaints of the dogs getting loose. Investigators gave the Fast and Furious star a week to turn himself in. He missed that deadline and refused to hand over the dogs.
He should have surrendered them.
Early Friday morning, Gibson finally turned himself in at the Fulton County Jail.
I'm relieved.
The question that still has to be answered, and he has not answered it, where are the dogs?
Gibson says he rehomed the dogs. Fulton County Chairman Rob Pitt says Gibson has not revealed where.
Until such time as we find that out, it's still an open case as far as we're concerned.
It's kind of scummy to get them out of the house.
Parker says he'll let the legal system run its course as he tries to move on without his best friend.
You know, nothing would get Henry back, right? And that's really what I want.
Henry!
Now, Gibson's lawyer sent out this statement, quote, throughout this entire process, Mr. Gibson has cooperated fully with legal authorities and will continue to do so. Mr. Gibson once again wants to extend his deepest condolences to the family who lost their dog. Parker says he has not heard from Gibson or his lawyer. We're live in Buckhead. Christopher King, Fox 5 News.
And it sounds like authorities still want to know where those dogs are. Christopher, thanks.
I wouldn't give up my dogs. They gonna euthanize those dogs. What are you talking about? Tyrese knew exactly what to do to give away the dogs. Probably had their social security numbers and identities changed and everything. They're gonna use my social security number to get jobs so I can get a bigger tax refund like I did when the Latinas stole mine some years ago. I had a big check. I had 4 jobs. All right, so this is what I want to know. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm fair, and I know Tyrese was online laughing about this. Apparently, they raided his home, detained his grandmother. There was a lot going on. And Buckhead, here got a video of them detaining his grandmother, like over these dogs, basically looking for him over this dog fight. Now, rest in peace to Henry. I'm not trying to get that dog owner to sue me like how they sue Alex Jones. We're not doing that today because they will order money over white kids and dead dogs, okay? Here's the thing. You know, I don't talk about death, but I'll talk about a dog, okay? This is them, you know, going through the house, but I just want you to think with me for a second. Where were you at when these cane Corsos were roaming the neighborhood? Why was your dog roaming the neighborhood? I just have my thing is, if we're saying no dogs can roam the neighborhood, or are we saying some dogs can't roam the neighborhood? What are the laws of that neighborhood? And this is Buckhead now, and Buckhead is mainly black. That's why the lawyer that was representing the white boy that lost his dog for failure to watch his dog, because that's like sending your kid outside and something happens to your kid because you go back in the house to run to get something and you come out and something has drastically happened to your child. You are still responsible. So I don't understand how he's trying to hold Tyrese responsible when your dog wasn't on no leash and neither was his dogs. So can we mutually say none of these dogs had no business being out without their owners at the same motherfucking time? Can we just say that? Huh? Your dog, and I know a small dog. Small dogs will talk shit to big dogs. I know how they get down. Jasmine got one. They think they big. They suffer from little people, little dog syndrome like Kevin Hart and Katt Williams. Always talking shit. I don't like this at all. I really don't. And I feel like this is a civil matter. I feel like both parties were negligent. His dog shouldn't have been out. Your dog shouldn't have been out. And for you to find your dog as a pup of fur because they ate your dog, sir, where was you at? Eating Kentucky Fried Chicken? While they was eating your dog? Y'all was eating? You was eating chicken, they was eating dog? Where the hell was you at? Fuck out of here, man. Play with that. Take that to civil court. Seriously. But Tyrese, he need to stop playing because I'm telling you, white folks don't be playing by these dogs. You better ask Michael Vick and what they did to him. Took that whole man's career. Now, I ain't saying he didn't deserve it, but apparently, you know, he had a dog fighting business and one of his friends had snitched on him. It's not funny, Tyrese. Pay for the funeral. But if he does, that will admit liability. So he's not even, you know what? I need to talk to my lawyers. Call the lawyers. Call the lawyers. That's exactly what I would say. Funny but not funny. I'm just saying, I feel that, is that not fair enough, Jasmine? Do you let your dog roam out without you? Would two dogs have time to eat your dog and just leave the fur? They skinned the dog. And you come out mad, so what happened to my dog? What's going on? Anyway, moving on. Rest in peace to Henry and Oliver. Oliver was my sister dog. And the people who hit my sister's dog ended up paying for the entire funeral. Everything. It was so nice of them. They made sure she just basically went to pick up everything. They took care of everything. And I was grateful that they were there for my sister because I never seen anybody break down the way that she broke down. She was like, that is like, she has never loved before. And that is the first time she's loved somebody unconditionally was Oliver. So rest in peace to Oliver, okay? He was a member of our family. He was bad as hell, but shit. Okay? Anyway. Who's next? Who we got? Porsha, you are on my mind, oh, Porsha. Let me rewind, Jasmine, her words.
Real Housewives of Atlanta star Porsha Williams. We have video of her before she was on the show. She's giving a sermon about how you need to save the gays and the lesbians from being condemned to hell.
We Christians supposed to be telling the hooker on the street, the drug dealer, the person who in the hospital for trying to commit suicide, the gays, the lesbians. We're supposed to be trying to save them and tell them you are worthy.
What? I thought she's like pro-gay now.
She is pro-gay.
So what's her true feeling?
I don't think she knows her true feeling. I think she's one of those people who just goes with what she thinks is gonna work for her in the moment. And it's 3 years ago, and now she's on the show and she's famous, and she's surrounded by all these gays. She goes to gay clubs. She promotes at gay parties. She knows her audience.
That's right. She's jumping on the gay train.
You know what? You know, we get a lot of slack for the wine that we spill on our channel because usually we're the first. We're like how Lipstick Alley used to be. You know what I'm saying? They was just telling me that yesterday on the phone, you know what I'm saying? Because we're getting ready to work on this big-ass story. And they were just saying, Tasha, like, you always are the first to break it. Then they got to go back and do their research and see that you already broke it. Mainstream media don't mess with it till somebody else. I said, I don't care, bro. Like, I already know what we got here. That's why we got millions of people watching everywhere. Out of here. But I'm inclined to think, you know, when we go back to that whole Candy's dungeon and Todd's dungeon and Phaedra losing her job and, you know, they was calling Candy, what would they call Candy? What they call Candy? Bill Cosby? Because apparently, according to Porsha, if y'all remember, and Phaedra said that Porsha told her, okay, or one of the two, just correct me, that Candy was trying to eat Porsha's candy, her and Todd in the dungeon. Y'all remember that? Let me just take y'all back a little bit. And so Candy was just so distraught that anybody would say that, even though Candy has a whole girlfriend that her and Todd take care of and take on trips all the time. She got on a G-string in front of the kids. So does Candy. Everybody just out on the vacation and Todd is just eating away. Now, even though I'm going to be honest with you, I know Candy is saying that she loves Todd, but I feel that she loves Coochie more than Todd. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? Now, here's the thing. I feel like Porsha was kind of always low-key jealous of Candy. Because Candy owns her businesses, you know, she has her husband, she has her girlfriend, you know, they do threesomes and stuff like that. And it was alleged that Candy and Todd tried to take Porsha home, and Porsha was like, oh my God, no, I would never. This one, the hot dog man, she was pregnant by the hot dog man, and he was, You know, she didn't know about his background or anything like that. Dennis McKinley and all that mess was coming out. And, you know, Phaedra lost her job behind this for allegedly lying. I don't think she lied. When everything comes to a head, I really don't think she lied, because Porsha just did an interview. First of all, after she condemned the lesbians and condemned the gays to hell, who's gonna save the lesbians? Now, who gonna come save Porsha? Because Porsha just did like an interview where she said she was dating both a guy and a girl.
So the people who I'm talking to now, it's just two. I've narrowed it down to two. Okay. And he is nice and she is nice. But
mind you,
I really just wanted to make sure that these were normal people. And what I talked about with my therapist the other day was, I'm having a hard time opening up because they're not narcissists. And guess what narcissists do? They love on you. They do everything. They look perfect. They mirror you. And these people are not. They're challenging me. They're asking me questions. They're not letting me walk over them. They aren't just doing whatever they need to do to get into the relationship. And so I'm not feeling safe enough to open up yet. And so what I have to do is realize, if you want something different, you have to also be different. I have to soften up a bit. I have to not expect a lot of elaborate things and overbombing. I have to expect someone to call me out from time to time.
Did she just say people love on you and they're narcissists and they show up and mirror you the same way you showed up and mirrored Simon and he was married? Did she just say that her partners were narcissists? I told you, Porsha's brain is... I just cannot, and she got a therapist. I know the therapist is being paid by her. I get it. I would get my check too. I understand. I would tell her what she wants to tell. But for you to not hold Porsha accountable, a lot of people are saying that this is for a storyline. It could be. We haven't quite found out who this particular man is, because there are so many that Porsha has thrown. Like, it's hard to keep up at this point. We don't know whose husband it is. We don't know what dope boy it is. We don't know if it's Future. We don't know. We do not know. But we found out who the girl is. Apparently, and I knew it was going to be a stud. She doesn't take me as the type to really like females like that. She just, it's kind of like being gay for pay, if you feel me. I feel like Porsha just wants her bills paid at this point, and she's got a man and a woman to do it, and she's probably going to grant them access onto Real Housewives of Atlanta to be both her boyfriend and girlfriend and have them against each other. It's going to be a whole play out, all because she can't afford to hire a lawn man to mow the grass on that property. All she got to do is give him a little pussy. They'll mow the grass. Jasmine, what do you know about Sway? I'm not in the LGBT community. I don't know. What do you know about Sway?
She's a barber turned salon suite owner.
She's a barber turned salon suite owner. That's the new thing right there. All the studs own this salon suite. So it's like one stud tell another stud, put another stud on to the salon suites. And so, is she, I don't know, is she gay or? She's gay. Now, I thought real gay, like stud women and stuff, don't date women who have been penetrated by man, only by plastic.
No, not necessarily, no. There's a bunch of masculine presenting women who like to chase after straight women, like a trophy, almost.
And then they go down on the women knowing that a penis has been there?
They do.
That's so fake. It's fake. But I mean, who knew? Are we surprised? I feel like she's trying to pull a Candy. I feel like she's trying to one-up Kenny. I feel like she's always been jealous, and to not actually have a genuine lifestyle that she can live and fully be herself. I mean, Porsha is for everybody. Porsha is for the Falcons, bitch. She's for the Hawks. She's for the city of Atlanta. You get a hit. You get a hit. You get a hit. Somebody call Offset. Bring him on in here. Let's get in here, brother. Allow that go. That's bad. They said I gotta take a break, y'all. He went down the wrong pipe. All right, we gotta take a break. We'll be right back after this segment. We got Katt Williams' brother coming up, as well as Offset versus Stephon Diggs. All of that and more after the break. We got some sponsors we need to brag about, which means boldly raise a glass too. Let's go.
When we're stressed out about anything, including debt, there's so many other detriments to our lives, our health, our family, our friends, all can see it on us. And then when you become debt-free, you can start focusing on things that truly make you happy. It really is true happiness. I've had many individuals make up with family members after going through bankruptcy because they don't have the stress. It really changes your mindset, and it allows you to have the freedom, the mental freedom, to take care of what's really important. And I certainly recommend it for everybody because, as we all know, life is too short.
Remember I was telling y'all about the lubricant? Y'all hear in all my videos, the lube that I always use. This is it right here. It's Wet Kitty. This is what it look like. Wet Kitty, Wet Kitty, Wet Kitty. If you're having vaginal dryness, she got you. Wet Kitty is that girl. It mimics the vaginal fluids. It is odorless, colorless, tasteless. It does not cause vaginitis. It does not dry up and get sticky. Again, it's that girl. Officiallypleasure.com. And yes, I recommend this to my patients. I recommend this to all the girls.
Farm to School Conference located in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It starts December 1st through 4th, and it's going to have over 1,500 educators, parents, chefs, and things like that that are implementing changes right now in our children's nutrition at the schools, meaning healthier school lunches. I'm excited to meet Ron Finley, the gangster gardener. I've been following him for years. He's going to be this year's keynote speaker, and I want to let you know that tickets are on sale and they're going fast. And so listen, if you care like I care and you are tired of having to pack lunches every day, especially if we're tax-paying citizens, then put your money where your mouth is and be in Albuquerque, New Mexico, December 1st through December 4th. Get your tickets now before they're sold out, okay? Decision makers are gonna be at this conference implementing changes in schools across America. So don't wait, grab your ticket right now at farmtoschool.org/conference. Use my coupon code Tasha K25 to get 25% off your ticket. Winos, I'm gonna see you in Albuquerque if you care. All right, guys, so listen, my tech team was behind the scenes trying to fix the buffering on the live. They believe it's a new YouTube update that's happened to all of the creators. So what we're going to do is we're going to shut this live down and we're going to start part 2. I hate to do that to you guys, but unfortunately it's kind of out of our hands. We've tried everything by even reducing the bit rate and stuff like that to slow it down and lessen the quality, but it's still lagging, okay? And so we're gonna come back for part 2, all right? Were they able to get the full experience on the last couple of topics? I'll have to do over Porsha? Really? Okay, all right, we'll start with Porsha when we come back. All right, cool. All right, guys, we're going to start over. We'll start it in, give us 15 minutes, okay? Be right back, be right here, YouTube, X, Facebook, all right? We'll be right back after the break. Let's go.